Welcome to the B2B Breakthrough Podcast. I'm your host, Sierra Cristo. There's this element of just, trust, that trust that is so inherent in a positive working relationship with a supplier. You really have to lean on that to be willing to apply those suggestions and really deeply consider the impacts of them as you go through the process.
Correct. And that's why the first step of the process, we have a 3-step process here at the Atlas Network that regardless of what the product is or the industry is, we apply this and have since day one. The first one is pick the right supplier. This is for all the things you just said and the 1,000 of other things that you didn't say. There is this mechanism of looking at the quantifiable and the qualifying factors of what's the right supplier. Quantifiable, years in business, number of employees, levels of revenue, exportation markets, what kind of technology, what accreditations they have, capabilities and certifications they have, all the numbers stuff that makes a company look good on paper. And then the qualifying factors, what's their professionalism, what's their accountability, what's their reputation, and all these other things. Who have they worked with in the past? Can you interview those groups and get levels of due diligence and vetting? This first step is absolutely essential so that when those scenarios come up of improvisation, as you said, or having to take the guidance of others where you may fall short or you have a knowledge gap, that you feel confident to do so because they've done it for XYZ big organizations for many, many years. You have a dependability and a contract in place, and there's visibility and there's recourse. And if any kind of issues come about, all these things are essential and critical in global supply chain. And so picking the right supplier and doing it in a formulaic manner is very, very important. And that's what we do here on behalf of our clients. And that's what Alibaba does too. I mean, Alibaba has an amazing system that does this through verification and different kinds of standards and assurance programs to make, buyers feel comfortable with the suppliers that they're going to work with because they have been vetted, because they have entered into a verification process. Very, very critical and important so that when you have those downstream conversations around improvisation or challenges that may arise or benefits that may come about, you can have those freely because they were the right supplier, the first step. Then you have the second step, which is eyes and ears on the ground. Visibility. Are you going there? Do you have people that are there that are watching to make sure your interests are done well? They're going to try to do things regardless of how good they are on paper because that's just the manufacturing and supply chain industry. They are all about path of least resistance. They're about basically trying to get to the next customer, the next client as quickly as you can. So that's the second step, to have eyes and ears on the ground. And the third part is third-party attestation. You have to bring in groups that are paid to find mistakes, that are not part of the transaction. It's not you, it's not the factory or the supplier. It is a third party, a QC firm, an audit firm that comes in and are paid to find mistakes in accordance with industry standards and challenges. If you do this, the right supplier, visibility during the process and transparency, and then third party attestation, that is how you get a good outcome, regardless of the product, regardless of the industry.